Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and gays.
From gutters to gay bars and everywhere in between.
Here to finish off your Tuesday, it's your three besties, two brunettes and a gay.
Welcome to the show. It is Tuesday once again. Can you believe it? Can you believe it, team?
I guess, yes. I
No,
can.
I can't.
I feel like we never leave and then all of a sudden we're here for the next show, the next week. It just happens all over again.
Weeks fly by these days, don't they? Time is just running out.
No.
It's running, it's a rat race.
It'll be Christmas before you know it.
It actually will be. Like, you think about it, we're halfway through September.
Mariah Carey's defrosting at the moment.
Oh my
Michael
God.
Bublé's
It
getting
is
ready
going
to
to
go.
be October in 2 weeks. That means that Bublé and Mariah will be playing in the shops very shortly.
Their season.
It's
Ready to go.
Look, it's been a big week, but I guess there's been one major thing that has happened that, you know, Celeste and I, we cracked the code, Celeste. We figured out.
We figured out how to get Aaron to shut up, finally. It only took us 31 shows to get him quiet, but we have figured out how to do it. Remove your teeth.
That's it. Remove the wisdom teeth. And my God, I have to say, I have been through hell and back with
You've
this
had
operation.
a rough weekend.
I have. I had all 4 wisdom teeth out last Thursday. So all 4 of them were impacted. So as you could tell, impacted wisdom tooth can cause a lot of dramas. So
Yeah.
I thought best to get them out. And funny enough, I saw a story actually in the news yesterday. It actually made me glad that I got them out. So I saw this story in the news yesterday, and it was a woman that was I think she was in Queensland and she was on holiday. And apparently she started getting a bit of a sore mouth.
Right.
Her tongue started swelling up and she didn't know what it was. She went to hospital. She went into septic shock.
Oh, wow.
Really?
What they found was that her wisdom tooth that was impacted was infected.
Oh.
And apparently it caused this huge infection. So, and she went into a coma apparently.
Oh,
And
my
she didn't know
God.
that this was happening prior.
No, so she had no pain in her wisdom teeth at all.
Yeah,
But obviously
right.
her wisdom tooth was impacted. So look, it all made it worthwhile in the end. So but-
All the pain was worth it.
And you know what? I tried to juggle up like whether I was going to be here tonight or not, and I thought, well, what's less painful? And it's having your wisdom teeth out. So I'm here for more pain.
I thought you were going to say, what's less painful, being here or being home with my husband? So you chose here.
No, he's been the perfect nurse. Good old Mark.
Good old
good.
Shout out to Mark.
But yeah,
Thanks for
poor
being
Aaron, you
amazing.
guys can't see him right now, but he's got the sunnies on right now.
I'm
He's
just hiding my tired eyes.
obviously he's sounding a bit hoarse from all the tubes down your throat. And
Well, yeah,
you'd
look,
think you'd be used to that. by
I
now.
know. I thought like people shoving things down my throat would be
thought
right
you'd be
up
a
my
Hmm.
pro.
alley, but no, obviously not.
Not
No,
there.
something
No.
new.
Something new, but I've been enjoying the drugs that they've given me. At least I've been in a bit of a Oxycontin coma for the past few.
Does that mean you've had to be off the champers?
I have, yeah. I've had to be off the champers,
I
but
bet you're hankering.
look, hopefully by this Friday my swelling might have gone down a bit and I can have a bubbles.
I bet you're counting down the days.
Fingers crossed.
How was your weekend, Celeste?
My weekend was not too bad. Bit of this, bit of that. Now I'm glad we're in this week with this beautiful weather.
Oh, it's stunning.
It is nice.
How about you, Deanna? How was yours?
Look, I mean, my week, my weekend especially, has been busy. Like, when you just have one of those weekends where the first time you sit down on the couch is like 8 o'clock on Sunday night.
Yeah.
And it's just been one of those go, 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 go. That happened to me because I have been house hunting.
Ah.
I've been having a lot of fun house hunting, but the thing about looking at houses and going into other people's homes is that sometimes you find some interesting things, some very interesting things. So I'm going to tell you all about what I found right after this.
Aaron, clearly, if you didn't know, that song choice was for you. If you're listening on the podcast, you just missed the song Teeth by Lady Gaga, which we chose because Aaron has just had his wisdom teeth removed and we want him to show us his teeth.
No, I didn't even get to keep them. Do you know that?
Well, I don't think that's a thing.
I was expecting them in a jar that I could keep, for guests when they come round, just to, dinner parties. I can bring out my jar of wisdom teeth.
Is this so when you have a dinner party and you can't get the guests to leave, you can show them your
yes,
organs or your teeth and be like, look what I've got, and they want to get out of there real quick.
Sometimes when I'm stressed, I look at them, it makes me calm.
Or you just seat them at the table with you.
Yes.
Oh, you can't sit there, that's the teeth seat.
Or I'll just wear them around my neck.
Yes, make it a necklace, like a shark
A
tooth.
fashion statement.
It's an Aaron's tooth.
Yeah.
Speaking of weird things, I went to some open inspections over the weekend. I've been doing a bit of house hunting, kind of getting a, idea what's on the market. And I actually went to, I think I ended up going to 10 or 11 inspections over the weekend. So I did a lot.
That's
I
a
even
lot.
went to an auction, just started to get a vibe
Yeah.
for what's happening in the market.
Yeah.
And look, if anybody's ever been house hunting before, obviously there's a mixed bag. Now, you notice there's a tendency at the moment for a lot of houses to be staged. So it's like people move out so that the house can be staged really nicely so they can get top dollar when they sell.
Yeah.
So most of the houses look really beautiful.
It's a beautiful idea, actually.
Yeah, and everything looks like it was staged with the exact same furniture by the exact same company.
Yes, very true.
It's all
Neutrals.
minimal neutrals.
Those faux plants.
That's
and,
right. Very calming, very soothing.
White bedspreads.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah.
All of that jazz. But then there's those houses, and I'm sure many of you listening will agree with me, you've seen this before, that are very obviously not staged because they are not the ones that are owner-occupied, but rather they're tenanted places.
Mm-hmm.
And what seems to be the case most of the time with tenanted places that have inspections is that the tenants are having inspections, I guess, against their will, so to speak. It's not their preferred thing to do. They don't
Against their want.
against their want. Yeah, it's not against their
point.
will, but against their want. And so they're not super keen on the idea. And some of them might make an effort to keep the house tidy. But what was interesting is I went to 2 houses in particular where very clearly the tenants were trying the opposite, which was to make the house not appealing to the buyers. And so the first one I went into was in a really nice area, not actually far from you. What's it next to you? Parkside. That's next to you.
Ooh,
Isn't it?
fancy schmancy,
right? So
yeah.
nice area. Went to
Champagne taste, Deanna.
a place. I know, right? Only the best.
Of course.
And it was, a house that I could see from the pictures that had a basic renovation. Wasn't anything fancy, but, looked all right. But a lot of the pictures, a lot of the times, are from when the houses were originally done and put to the market. But then after the tenants have been in there, they don't quite look like that anymore.
No.
And so I went into this particular home. This has never happened to me before. Now, yes, the home was exactly what you're expecting me to say. There was stuff everywhere. You couldn't walk around. You couldn't really get through anywhere. You couldn't touch anything. There was a 4-poster bed in the main bedroom, and there was clothes covering the entire gigantic bed. So I don't know how the person was sleeping without the clothes dropping.
Oh,
on them.
really? Was it like dirty knickers and stuff?
It was undies and
Yuck.
socks and
It's
just
what you want, isn't it? That
there's a lot of-
scent of dirty knickers as you walk into an open inspection.
you go into the bathroom and the wet towels are all over the floor and the dirty clothes are just laying there, and it was we did our segment last week or the week before, no Fs were given.
Yes.
This was the full no Fs were given treatment. But the thing that got me the most was as I walked into, as soon as you walked in and straight away there was the staircase and there was the lounge room. And as soon as you walked in, the tenant was still there and he was in his pajamas. So he was in pajamas and a nightie.
A nightgown.
And he was just sitting a male
Wait,
nightgown.
was he in a
nightgown.
nightie?
Yeah, I got.
Oh, a nightgown. So a robe.
Oh, he wasn't cross-dressing.
Like a dressing gown. That's
He
the
wasn't
word I'm
cross-dressing.
looking
Okay.
for.
Because that actually might have been good entertainment. You'd be like, all right, play the song. Let's see what you got.
Fierce girl.
No, actually, that would have been better. But no,
would've
sorry.
been
He was
great.
in a dressing gown. And he was just sitting on the phone, he just rolled out of bed, on the couch, just scrolling through his phone as everybody was walking in the house. And so you were like, hi.
What time is this?
It was 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, my God.
Been on the town the night before.
Which
I
was
was like,
fantastic.
yeah, bugger it.
And I was like, okay, you do you. But the thing that was most interesting is that at the back of this particular property, the agents had said, because I asked questions, I was like, okay, the backyard is open and it's connected to the other backyard. Can you close it back off again if you buy the property? And he said, yes, it's supposed to be closed. The tenant has removed it because he's best friends with the people next door. And I was like, okay, that's awesome. He's taken the fence down. But he had also, and I don't know if it was him specifically or, you know, a group of people, they'd also used pallets, you know, like spare wooden pallets to build a little hut that was kind of like pallets and tarp and just all sorts of bits and pieces, and it kind of smelt a little bit like a dope hut.
Fantastic.
That sounds dodgy.
That is a commitment to not selling. Like,
right?
For the tenant. Because I guess, like, I look at it from the perspective of if I was renting, maybe I wouldn't want to move, but I have, like, a certain level that I'd be like, I don't want people to see that. Like, I don't want people to see my underwear. I don't want people to see my clothes, dirty dishes, that type of thing. I feel like that's a commitment to be like, I don't care. I'm going to show it all.
I feel much the same. Like, I've been in houses where I've been the tenant, and if I'm moving, I'm always really cooperative, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to, you know, keep everything beautiful for the open inspection, because I've also been a landlord before, and I had the opposite happen, and it was a very stressful situation. Yeah. So I get it, and so I'm always like keeping everything neat and tidy, making sure that nothing personal is out, because I don't really want anybody seeing my stuff. But I guess it led me to think, what lengths have you guys potentially been to before? Have you ever been in this situation where rather than trying to help sell the house and do the obvious things, have you ever done the opposite and tried to not help a house sell?
I love how you look directly at me then.
Because you just know this is your style.
Totally me.
I know this is...
Well, you were talking about, obviously, I think that that tenant and the neighbour were in it together, by the way.
Yeah.
So they obviously went in together to make sure that they could put the worst presentation possible, so it puts prospective buyers off.
Well, funnily enough, the neighbour was actually sitting on the front balcony, like on the floor, just like staring at everybody as they walked in.
Hang on, you're telling me this is in Parkside?
I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking.
Who's bringing down our area?
Little
Someone's bringing down your average, Aaron.
What's going on with this housing crisis?
The neighbour did look visibly like it seemed to be someone who was quite a bit dazed. So potentially they were coming down from a bit of a trip or something.
From the stuff that's in the hut.
From the stuff that they have in the hut.
But no, well, it's funny that you say that, because a few years ago, we lived next door to our best friends. They were amazing. So they moved in probably about 5 years ago, and we became instant best friends. Beautiful couple, and they're known as what you call flippers. So they do up a house, get it ready for the market, they sell it, make a profit, move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we loved them so much, we didn't want them to leave. They didn't want to leave, but suddenly the other side of our house, the other next door, went up for sale.
Right.
Now, we wanted them to buy it. We wanted them to be in it, to win it, right?
Ah, right, okay.
So they obviously had a few open inspections before this auction that happened. So every time there was an open inspection, Mark and I would think of different ways that we could put prospective purchasers off buying the house.
To help give your friends the advantage.
Exactly.
Because they already knew the house in the area.
It started pretty innocently.
Very
though.
smart.
It started pretty innocently. Like, I'd blast Madonna really, really loud, you know, which wasn't as bad as it could.
Half your buyers in Unley were probably like, yes,
girl, love
yes,
it. I want to go have a champers with him next door.
Yes.
But then it got gradually worse. Like, you know, I'd just go out in my in my undies and go and get the garbage and things like that.
Did you actually do that?
Yeah, I did that just to try and put people off. No
was there anybody out the front, or did everyone just like no?
No one cared.
No, please.
Well, you're not going to stare, are you?
Yeah, I guess
you might notice it, but you don't want to stare at the person. Because what if he comes at you?
Well, it wasn't like I was perfectly presented either. Like, you know, I'm out there looking hot in my undies. Like, I just woken up and put my undies on, went out there and got the garbage. So I stank. My hair was high to buggery. But then the day of the auction, we were desperate. So we're like, okay, what do we do next? So first thing we started with the dogs barking on the telly. So we turned up the dogs.
You don't have a dog.
We don't have a dog. But we had this YouTube video on repeat that just kept playing this dog barking. Oh, it was hilarious. So I went outside just to sort of suss out the situation and see if anyone was paying attention. No one was paying attention. So the final straw, I upped the ante. I put some porn on.
Oh, you did not.
I did. I just went on old Tube Galore and just pressed play and just got some moaning going on. And
I guess the moral of the story, did they get the house?
They didn't get that.
Oh, no. Now your neighbours, God knows what they think of
That's
you.
what I mean. So you know what was scary? It was sadly when the auction all happened. So obviously, like we turned it off just before the auction, and then we went out and watched the auction, and everyone's kind of looking at us like,
What have you been
guys
doing?
in there? And anyway, we met the new neighbours, and they're perfectly lovely. So yeah.
Did you ever let them know? Have you let them know that it was you that played that noise, those noises on purpose?
Well, I know
Or did you just
that they sometimes tune into this show. So hopefully you're listening tonight and hear that it was noises on the telly and it wasn't Mark and I.
And that's why you've never heard them since.
So I mentioned at the top of the show that my weekend was quiet, right? And that's because it was. But that was by choice, because at the moment, work for Deanna and I has been very full on.
Yeah.
Catching
up on what you've missed.
Catching up on what we've missed partly, yes, from when we were in Europe.
Yeah.
But we also have one of our core staff members away in Europe at the moment, okay? So a good friend of ours, Maria, who listens to the show, she is away in Macedonia, that's where she's from, for 4 weeks. So we've not only come back to catch up on everything that we missed, but we've also come back to take over her role for 4 weeks, I guess split between us. Now, if you don't know, Deanna and I are singing coaches. Deanna owns a vocal studio in Adelaide called Voice House. And so one of Maria's main jobs is coaching. So she has quite a few students. And we have split those students basically between us with the help of a couple others. Over the course of the week. So we're seeing a lot of different faces on a weekly basis than what we would usually see if we were just coaching our own. Yeah. It's also made our time extremely busy because we're doing a lot more coaching than what we would usually do. I'm also taking care of the accounts, so hopefully everyone's money is in the right place.
You know where to go.
Something different for me. Something different for me. But it's so funny working with other people because you get to know people, I guess, that you've only crossed paths with or, said hello to. But I get to chat to a lot of Maria's students that I haven't spoken to before. And one of her students last week, who I had, lovely, lovely person. I mean, he's been a student for quite some time now and he's a lovely man. And I've spoken to him, but very briefly. So had him for his first lesson and said to him, how have you been? All good. He said, I noticed you went to Europe. I said, yes, we did. He's like, how was your trip? I said, oh, it was fantastic. Then he said, I have to ask, okay? The four of you, so there was 4 of us that went, myself and Deanna and our partners, my husband Jake, Deanna's partner Brenton. He said, I have to ask, the 4 of you that went, how did that come about? Right? Why did the 4 of you go together? And I said, well, Jake is my husband, so Jake and I went together, and Deanna and Brenton, that's Deanna's partner.
And just to give context to everybody listening as well, they know Jake and Brenton because Brenton used to be a coach for us at Voice House, so the community knows him quite well.
Correct.
And Jake, Celeste's husband, is always at our events. We do social events and things, so they've met the boys.
Yeah, of course. Jake's been around for nearly 9 years now, so he's been around for a very long time. Brenton's been maybe half that, but around for a long time. So the boys are very familiar faces, okay? And I said, so Deanna's partner, Brenton. And so Deanna and I are sisters, so we're quite close. And so we all travelled together. And he said, you're joking me. I said, no, that's who went. That's what happened. And he said, I have thought for the last 12 months that Jake and Brenton were a couple.
Bum, bum, bum.
Which, look, it's an interesting observation because I don't know, and this is a good question for you, Aaron, because you're speaking, I guess, as the removed party.
Yeah.
I don't think my husband Jake really gives off any kind of
gay vibes.
No. Right?
Brenton, however. No, I'm just kidding.
But this is the thing, because he gets that all the time. Sorry, Brent.
Well, the thing for me, with Jake, Jake definitely doesn't come up on the gaydar for me.
Exactly.
He is just a very well-presented, very handsome Italian man.
But yeah, exactly right.
Italian
But he
men
doesn't.
are very good that way. They dress stylishly, they look well presented, which
Yes.
can, I guess,
Does that
sometimes
make him hard to pick?
Yeah, well, somewhat, but for me, no. I completely see how Jake is straight.
Yes. Okay. But Brenton, is this okay? Would you have gone? Okay, that's why I get why he would have thought that.
No, you know what it is with Brenton. It's nothing about the visual side of things. It's actually his personality. I think he's
Okay.
actually a very lovely, kind.
Yeah.
Sometimes too kind, like me.
Yeah, he's quite friendly.
And friendly. That's exactly right. And I think that sometimes I know a lot of friends like this that I've got two at the moment who, everyone asks me, Aaron, is he gay or straight? I said, no. He's just he's a gay straight man, as we call him.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
Yes.
he has the characteristics of being gay,
But he's straight. Yeah.
And believe me, I've tried to do the legwork with one of them.
I figured it out the hard way.
Literally, not literally. But Brenton, I think it's actually just his mannerisms a little bit, maybe. But I still wouldn't pick Brenton for being gay either.
Well, it led us to think, right? And this student that actually mentioned this himself is gay. Okay, so it led us to think, how good is your gaydar? Deanna, would you say that your gaydar is pretty accurate, or do you think you're way off?
Oh, no, I'm terrible. I'm absolutely
Really?
terrible. Yeah, because I guess I don't really think about like a person based on their like sexual orientation. Like it's just not one of those things that, I don't know, it doesn't really like tick through my list of things when I'm talking to somebody, so to speak. So I feel like anyone that I've ever made an observation that I think is gay, I've probably 90% of the time been wrong.
Right. And I'm going to say I'm on the same page as you, because when we've spoken about this before, when we first met Aaron, we thought he was straight.
Yes.
Right? And now listening to Aaron for 31 shows, our listeners can probably fairly accurately say, no.
No.
I can tell. But Aaron, is it different? As a gay man, do you feel like your gaydar just peaks? Do you just know?
Oh, you can sniff them out.
There you
Absolutely.
go.
You can sniff out a gay man like that. Like Mark and I will always know when someone's gay.
What are the cues?
You just look for visual cues.
Yeah,
You
what
look
are the
for
characteristics?
It's hard to really define in a conversation.
Right, okay.
It's just easier. Like if we were sitting outside right now at a cafe, we're having a coffee or a wine, we watch people walk past, I can tell you who's gay and who's not.
Really?
Yeah. Or who's even questioning.
So what you're
Because I've been
saying
good with that too.
is like a sense. It's like some people have clairsentience, clairaudience, clairvoyance. You have like clairgayance.
Claire
gaydar.
Hashtag Claire Gaydar.
Claire Gaydar.
Oh,
That sounds like a great name.
That's a good drag name.
That's a good
Claire
drag
Gaydar.
name. Claire Gaydar.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
no, you can just pick it up. I think there's just certain mannerisms. There's certain, I don't know. And I think there's certain energies that you pick up. And it definitely, if you're gay and you know someone walking past you is gay, you both give each other that look like, yes, you are too,
You're in the
aren't you?
club.
Have you ever been wrong?
Look, very rarely. Maybe a couple of times in my life I've been wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might have to put you to the test.
But funny enough, though, actually, I thought I was wrong at one point. I was wrong in high school about someone. And then it turns out 5 years later, boom, he's out the closet. So there you go. Maybe my instincts were right. Who knows?
You're right all along.
We might have to do a lineup.
Yeah. But you know what, though? I think that Brenton and Jake, they are a cute couple.
They would make a cute couple.
They're a cute little bromance,
They
aren't
would.
they?
They're
love
very,
it.
very cute. All right. Well, next up after the break, we're going to talk about the craziest things you've ever done to make some extra cash. And we got some pretty crazy stories coming up. Cash money, cash money. So stay tuned for more Two Brunettes and a Gay. Okay, so there was an article that came up in the news this week, or last week I think it was, how a woman has revealed how she makes hundreds of dollars a month, but it's certainly not a side hustle for everybody. Now, this
Here we
woman, Monique, decided to get into something called hot bedding.
She was actually on the news a couple days ago as well.
This is it's a big topic. It's all
going
over the
viral.
media right now.
It really blew up from this story.
She's going viral.
Now, she decided to get into this hotbedding to get some more cash on the side of her regular job. Now, if you don't know what hotbedding is, which I did not know what hotbedding was before this, for the uninitiated, it's where you rent out the other side of your bed to whoever needs it.
Ah.
Who needs it or who wants it? Like, is this like, I don't need a bed, but I would like to sleep next to you? Or is this like a no, you don't have anywhere to go?
Well, look, let's get into it. So she says, while some people might be horrified at the concept of being in bed next to a stranger, the 36-year-old from Australia says it's actually fine when you don't think about it too much. Now, it says hotbedding is excellent for people who are able to detach emotionally and sleep next to another person in a completely respectful and non-strings attached manner. Right? So it says it's a perfect situation, especially if you are sapiosexual like myself and you prefer companionship over the physical.
Is that what sapiosexual means?
Yeah, that's apparently what it. I've never
It's the
even heard
first
of
time I've ever
sapio.
heard the word.
I didn't know
too.
there was one.
You're right.
Turned on by intelligence.
Turned on by intelligence, right?
David, it's surprising
Clearly
you
none
knew
of
that
us
off
were
the
turned
bat.
on by intelligence.
We're
Done
rather
the better.
we're rather primitive beings here at Two Brunettes A Gay.
Shouldn't say that. Likes to be like, what are you saying that for?
Look, the thing is that through her hotbedding, she's managed to pull in about $985 Australian a month.
Oh,
I thought you were going to say $985,000, and I was going to be like, listen, my bed is available.
sign me up.
Look, it's an extra $1,000 a month, okay? And I guess with the interest rates at the moment, maybe
Cost of living crisis.
how much the mortgage.
$250 a week, for argument's sake.
Yeah.
Right, and I don't know what the price per sleep is. I don't know, like if there's a sliding scale. I don't know if there's an Ascension model here. There's VIP tiers. Like, I'm not sure what the deal is.
I'd also like to know, is it like, do you have to book it for a certain number? Is it like one of those minimum
Airbnb?
nights? Is it like a minimum night spend, like you have to do 3 nights? Do you book it for a week, or is it just like once, you can do it once?
Do you bring your own CPAP machine?
Yeah, is it like, are there requirements?
They got one.
Do you bring your own pillow?
Yeah. Your
What
own
if you're a
pillow, your
dribbler?
memory foam. Yeah. What if you're a snorer?
Well, I don't
I
know.
have
Does that
so
cost
many
more?
questions.
There
No.
might be terms and conditions for this,
Yeah.
but I think the thing is that it got me thinking: what is the craziest thing you've ever done for money? And so I thought, you know what? There's got to be some good stories out there. So I put a little post up to our listeners, and I did get inundated with responses of crazy things that people have done for money.
Love it.
Now, I'm going to say it seems as though the older generation, probably people in their 40s, maybe even 50s and above, were the ones who came in with the goods. And I think that's because back in the day, I thought people just used to have a lot more confidence. They just used to go out there and get it. If they needed it, they were resourceful and they just found a way.
Many entrepreneurs, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, and there was no record of it back then. No internet, no social media. So
And
you
because
could get
everything
away
was
with
in
it.
cash,
Yes.
it was so much easier to do.
Cashola.
So I got a lot of stories through, and I thought what I'd love to hear from both of you is whether or not you would ever do any of these for cash
Ooh, all
as
right.
well. So let's see. Firstly, let's start with the hotbedding. Aaron, would you hotbed for cash?
Oh, I'd hotbed for free.
There you go.
Why not?
We might be able to use that as a lead magnet to get people to listen to the show.
Maybe you could do a bit of a promo.
Head to Two Brunettes A Gay on Facebook and Instagram and let us know if you'd like to share a bed with Aaron.
How
We'll
are
see if we can get it organised for
How are
you.
you going to feel if no one wants to do it?
I don't think anyone would, to be honest. You've heard me snore before. No one wants to lay next to me.
Oh, Celeste?
For $1,000 a month? No. For $1,000 a week? Maybe.
No,
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like
I feel like
$1,000 a night minimum.
$1,000 a night, yeah. I feel like $250 a week, nah.
Yeah, she ain't
Nah.
cheap. She
Yeah.
ain't cheap.
Because then, you got to keep changing the sheets, or I don't know. I don't even
Yeah.
want to.
Plus
No.
making conversation, I don't want to
That's
make
hard
conversation
work.
with strangers.
I know. And
we do that anyway.
Unless I'm getting paid good money for it.
well, if they did it with me, they'd have to listen to like an episode of The Golden Girls before they fell asleep. 'cause
And they'd have
that's
to
what I
look at you
listen
in
to every
Golden
night.
Girl pajamas.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Okay, so Cameron said when I was a teen, we would steal DVDs from Crazy Clark's and sell at cash converters. 3 DVDs would get us $10.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Would you steal to make money?
Oh, not anymore. But like,
Clearly
if
you
I
have.
if I was in my teens, I'd probably do that. That's a smart move. As a teen back in
I
the
don't
day.
think I would. I think I was too. Maybe it was just the generation I was brought up in, but I would have been too scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel maybe that's like the difference, back in the day. All right, Kevin said once I tried to sell my cat on eBay. It was going quite well until a local radio station heard about it and called me up to ask, and then I got a lot of complaints.
So he didn't sell the cat?
So in the end, I said, no, the poor cat, did you sell it? And he said, no, I sold a lot of homing pigeons that way. I don't know what that means.
Aren't homing pigeons the pigeons that come back home? I got no idea. David has just lost it. Is that what they are? No, he's given me the thumbs up in a very sarcastic way, so I'm going to assume that is not what a homing pigeon is. It is?
Yes.
Oh.
Why don't you get what? What do you mean the pigeons that come back home? I'm so confused.
I don't know. Let's try it, maybe.
Okay,
Let's look into homing pigeons.
call into the station if you can explain what a homing pigeon is to me, because I got no idea. It's a pigeon that just returns to where it flies from.
You put them in a cage, you drive them several hundred kilometres away from home, you let them out and they fly straight home.
All right,
That makes you money?
Yeah, there's racing. There's professional
racing.
people that do it, pigeon racing.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm with you.
Kevin, as a vegan, I can't approve that. Okay.
Okay, I'm with you now.
Flying rodent.
It's
who
a
cares?
race.
Carolyn said when she was 16, she picked potatoes on a farm.
Good on you, Carolyn.
That's honest work.
That is honest
I
work.
think so.
Yeah, good on you.
That's a good one.
I've got another one here. When I was 10 years old, I found chocolate bars and we went door knocking to sell them. We said we were collecting money for charity until someone asked to see our charity badge.
That was our dad.
You just gave that away. He's going to get arrested now.
Do you know what? I kind of did something similar in high school. We had a fundraiser, so we went door knocking with these fundraiser boxes, and the chocolates were only like $1. But I think I've told you, girls,
You
this
double
before.
charged?
I double charged, and then we kept the profits for ourselves. And
Did you really?
You know what we were trying to do? Save up to go to Queensland for a holiday.
How do you
How
sleep
were we
at
even
night?
thinking that like 100 chocolate bars was going to get us a flight to freaking Queensland?
How do you sleep at night
Very well.
with someone next to you?
With a hot better.
Well, look, and I think one of the best ones right here was from Jo. She ate horse poo for 50 cents to prove that she loved animals when she was 9 years old.
Oh my God. Good on you, Joe. Well,
Would you-
maybe not, but
Would you eat? How much cash would it take for you to eat some horse poo, Aaron?
Look, give me 50k at least.
oh, you'd have to give me a lot of money to do
or
something
more.
like
yeah,
that.
Nah, yeah, there's no way. And how much horse poo are we talking?
Yeah, I was
Like,
going
is
to say,
it
what's the quantity?
a little tiny little mound, or are we
Does
talking
that matter?
something-
I don't know.
I don't think at 9 she was weighing out the horse poo. I think she just.
Well, they do sell horse poo, don't they?
You can horse
Yeah, you
manure.
can still buy
yeah,
horse manure.
I don't know if she bought a bag and just decided to prove it, but. And one of the last ones here. I was hired to sit in the audience for a season of a show naked with my t-shirt pulled over my head. Art, baby, art.
Wow.
Aaron would do that for free.
No,
Have to pay him.
I wouldn't actually. I'd have complete stage fright. There'd be no way I could do that.
Are we actually talking complete starkers naked?
It said naked.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do that.
I was hired to sit in the audience for the season of a show naked with my t-shirt pulled over my head. I don't know if,
Wow.
yeah.
That's like that show Naked and Afraid where people just get dropped in like the outback or the jungle. Like
God,
naked.
that's a stupid show.
So
I
stupid.
could never. You couldn't pay me enough.
No,
No.
well, they don't get paid to be on that, so why would you do it?
What?
No. Reality
There you
TV,
go.
you don't get paid.
I'm going to look into homing pigeons.
Well, Deanna, earlier on in the show, you were talking about a bit of an interesting open inspection near me in Parkside, right? And you know what? I think something's happening in that area.
Oh,
something's going down.
right.
Oh, no.
Because there was a bit of an incident about 2 weeks ago that I want to tell you girls about. I want to get your opinions. A couple of weeks ago, I had a brunch with my best friend Jane. Shout out to Jane. Hi, Jane.
Hi,
Jane.
Jane always tunes in. Hi, Jane. So we had a beautiful brunch on King William Road, and then we thought, it's 12 o'clock, so let's go for a wine.
Okay, I don't believe that for a second that you would wait until midday to have a wine.
Let me finish. We had the mimosa at 11 o'clock with the
Okay,
brunch,
all
and
right,
then
that's
we had
better.
the wine. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So we were classy. So we did think, okay, well, where do you want to go? Like along King William Road now, there's some beautiful new wine
There
bars.
is.
Which is awesome. It's bringing life back into King William Road. It's fantastic. We thought, we'll try one of the new ones. So we went and sat down. It was a beautiful day. Mm-hmm. Sat outside, sat on the footpath. Not on the actual footpath.
Yeah, only sounds beautiful. It's got people
All these
sitting on the
nice
footpath.
wine bars, so we're just going to grab a
you
stubby and sit on the footpath.
In a brown paper bag and
sitting,
sounders.
were you the person at the open inspection next to Deanna?
In the
sitting there
pyjamas.
watching everyone?
Yeah, I was in my pajamas. No, so we sat outside on a table on the footpath, and we're just watching.
Sat
life.
on the table?
Yeah, exactly. Sat on the table. Didn't even, just stood up. No, we sat at the table and we're just watching life go by. And there's nothing better. I love people watching.
Yeah.
You know, when you just sit at a table, you've got a drink in your hand, you're just chatting and just watch people walking past.
On a
You're-
nice day.
You're picking out who's gay, who's not. Oh, hi, Brenton. And so the weird part was, so all of a sudden that there's these two guys that started talking behind us. Uh-huh. And it sounded like they knew each other. Mm-hmm. And they were having just a general conversation. I was like, oh, okay. And all of a sudden, there was this one cute little French bulldog, and it was off its lead, and it's just running around on the footpath. And I'm like, I wonder if that's the guys. I don't know if they know it's off the lead, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Turned around. The lead's in the guy's hands.
Right.
And obviously just didn't care that the dog was off the lead.
Right, because it's
Oh, no.
intentional.
Yeah, intentional. I thought, that's a bit dangerous. Anyway, so the conversation keeps going. All of a sudden, the conversation starts getting more and more louder.
Heated.
All of a sudden, it got really, really heated.
Oh, no.
And all of a sudden, you hear like the aggressive, like back and forth, like, what the hell are you talking about, mate? Blah, blah, blah. What are you talking about? Blah. And I'm going, oh, crap. Okay.
So this was two men?
There's two men. Two
Right.
men. And so Jane and I are just sitting there like, okay, just don't turn around. Just pay no attention. Hopefully it'll all go away. Next minute, this guy throws the other guy against the wall,
Oh, my God.
rips his shirt and starts pommeling him.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God, what do we do?
Full on brawl.
Full on brawl. And the poor little French bulldog's like looking helpless, like, what do I do? Oh, what do I do? Oh, my poor owner.
Grab the dog,
And-
Aaron.
Yeah, well, so Jane and I panicked, and we literally just sat there and lifted our wine glass and kept drinking.
Oh, my God. The worst person in a crisis.
I'm the worst, and I hate
You
confrontation.
are, aren't you? You freeze.
I freak out. So next minute, there's all these guys like coming across the road going, guys, break it up. There's kids here. And there's this other girl that comes out the shop and she's like, guys, I'm calling the police. I've got my camera out and I'm videoing it, so you better stop.
Right.
And I was like, okay.
And you're in the back of the video just enjoying a nice Pinot Gris.
The scary part was I did see the back of me just taking a sip of a glass. And it just got me thinking, like, with fights like that, it's really scary. And it's rare that I come across them, obviously. I didn't think I'd come across them in the area I was in.
But they've infiltrated.
But they've infiltrated
all the way.
my area.
It's all the
now.
way there.
Great. But it got me thinking, with fights, like, where do you draw the line? Where do you jump in and where do you try and break it up? Do you try and break it up? Do you call the police? What would you girls do? I want to know.
I know this is probably an unpopular opinion because I know a lot of people say that females shouldn't get involved in a male fight. However, anytime that I have seen a physical altercation, it's never occurred to me to not get involved. My first thought is always like, separate these people.
Yeah.
So I think I would. I definitely think I would.
Yeah.
In fact, anytime I have seen an altercation, the only time I wasn't able to was I was actually on O'Connell Street, and I guess it was kind of a planned attack. Someone was on the side of the road and a car kind of stopped, pulled up, and someone got out and just started on them, and I was across the road and I couldn't cross because there was oncoming traffic. I was with a friend.
Yeah.
I couldn't cross, but I was yelling and I was like, stop,
Yeah.
and I actually couldn't go over there. So I think I would, if I could have, I probably would have.
Yeah, I can see that actually.
Yeah. Jump right in.
Yeah.
It's a tough
You
one.
like the action.
Cut them.
I think it's a tough one because I think she would have just cut them. Classic Celeste. They would have been sorry that she was there.
I could have gone over and...
Do you know who I am?
I mean,
Deanna,
look,
what would you do?
Celeste and I, we have got Calabrese blood, so we do get a bit fired up in these situations.
That fiery Italian blood.
But look, I think it depends.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the severity of the fight, because obviously if there are weapons or something being used, it's hard because there's nothing in me that doesn't want to stop something like that. Like I'm definitely the type of person that doesn't go, oh my God, run. I'm the type of person that's like, oh my God, don't. I hate seeing people hurt.
I'm the same.
I don't want anyone to be a victim of something that they can't get out of.
Yeah.
And so, I want to get in, but I definitely think that, in this situation, it always depends on the severity of what's going on and also who's around, because you also got to be careful not to put yourself in something just for the sake of getting in a fight.
Yeah.
True, but I also look at it from the perspective of if it was me, would you want people to step in?
I think that way as well, yeah.
Not just sit there and drink a wine.
Oh, look, I'm going to say this actually because on the few occasions I have seen fights, it does baffle me the amount of adults, grown adults that I see standing there just watching this happen, and I'm thinking to myself,
if everybody was banding together,
that's exactly right. Like, how can you just watch that? For me, I just can't.
I think to put it into context as well, I mean, these guys look pretty cooked. So, I didn't know what they had in their pockets, if they had anything in their pockets. They could have had a knife. You just never know. So I just thought,
it's a tough one.
On that day in particular, I'm just going to keep sipping on my wine.
Why didn't you just throw a wine?
I'm stressed. And,
throw the wine and run. Just, distract them.
Or just smash the wine glass.
Smash the wine glass.
Pour the wine out the bottle and use the bottle. That would have worked too.
Oh, we didn't have a bottle.
But I
at the
didn't say
time.
that on it.
See,
you ordered a glass.
I ordered a glass. That's the lesson here. I should always order a bloody bottle.
Order the bottle, not the glass.
That's the protection I need.
All right, so we put this out to an Insta poll, didn't we?
We did. We asked our audience, if you saw a fight, would you jump in or would you sit back with a nice glass of red like Aaron did and watch it?
It was a bubbles, actually.
What do you think the results were? This was an interesting one.
It was actually really interesting to watch.
What do you think the results were?
Well, look, I would have thought that most people would say no. They wouldn't get involved, because I know that, the smart thing to do sometimes for yourself is to not get involved. But also then, some people look at it in the opposite side. Some people just like getting involved in a fight, and some people are like, if it was me in that situation, I'd want someone to jump in. So I thought the answer would have been no, I would not get involved.
Right. Well, we were split right down the centre, 50-50. 50% of our voters said that they would jump in, and 50% are on your table, Aaron, sitting there with a nice beverage.
With nice bubbles. Just
watching the live entertainment.
Watching the scenery. And you know what, after that, I looked at both of them and went, nah, they're both not gay.
Gator down.
So, Aaron, I think that your gaydar is better than you think it is, because Brent has just sent me a message to say, tell Aaron I'll make a man out of him.
Oh, well, we're actually using my phone at the moment to tape the next reel. He might have sent me a dick pic. Who knows?
Oh, maybe check your Insta.
Well, I might be on the market soon, everybody.
You actually are on the market for a house at the moment.
Yes.
Could be more.
Different market. There you go. Aaron, you just told me something funny in the break. Do you want to share it with our listeners?
I was trying to get my camera set up, but the day after surgery, I use Face ID for my phone instead of a password. And so the next morning I woke up and I'm trying to get my phone unlocked, and I kept doing it and it kept failing. It wouldn't recognise my face. Because I was
Get
all
out.
swollen. It had no idea who I was.
Oh my God.
Visitor. in
That's
my
how
own
bad
face.
you looked. Your own phone didn't even recognise
Well, you did say that about Kim Cattrall a couple of weeks back,
That's it.
so
It's just
getting you back.
It's just karma.
All right, so we got a bit creative this week, everyone, and we decided to bring you a brand new thing.
That was a great lead-in.
I know.
Brand new thing.
We got a brand new thing. You know, we do our shit advice, and that's become popular, and we love our unpopular opinions because, you know, we like to stir the pot a little bit. But I came across something a little bit fun this week that we're going to try, and it's called, dun-dun-dun-dun, Would You Rather?
Ooh.
So, what's going to happen, Celeste and Aaron, is I am going to pose a series of would you rather questions to both of you.
You've asked us a lot of questions tonight.
I know. Well, you're just full of surprising answers, really. I'm going to ask you some questions. You're going to tell me what would you rather. Are you ready?
I guess I have to be because we have to be done with this show shortly.
Yeah, I'm kind of ready. Yeah, may as well.
Do I have a
Go for it.
choice? Nah, can we do it later?
Yeah, well, not really. You're stuck right now. So, number one, would you rather have bad breath or smelly feet?
Smelly feet.
Well, I've got bad breath at the moment, so smelly feet.
I just feel like you can cover feet.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get a bit of the spray happening with the feet,
Yeah, with bad breath, it's like you just talk to someone and they're going to be like, oh my God.
like I have with you girls tonight.
Okay, would you rather fight 100 ant-sized bulls or one bull-sized ant?
100 ant-sized bulls.
You would rather fight 100 ant-sized bulls?
Well, how big is an ant? You can step on it.
Yeah, what?
It's not vegan approved. I don't encourage that. If you ever come across 100 bull-sized ant-sized bulls, I don't know what the question was.
Ant-sized
Don't
balls.
step on them, but that would be my answer.
Or one
How are you
bull-sized
going to
ant?
fight off a bull-sized ant?
Yeah, I'm guessing I'm going to go the same, Celeste. I just
Thank
keep
you.
stepping on them, squashing. Get the mortine out and just keep spraying them.
No, leave
More
them
smart,
alone.
more safe.
Oh, dude.
Oh, that was nice. Thanks, guys. Would you rather have a hamster-sized dog or a dog-sized hamster?
Hamster-sized dog. Your dog is a hamster-sized dog,
Yeah, it is
Deanna.
actually.
Well, what's a dog size? That's kind of arbitrary, isn't it?
Isn't there already a dog-sized hamster? Isn't it called a capoeira or something?
Yeah, it is.
Is
It's-
it?
Yeah, there's a. I had a friend in the US who had one.
Oh,
They're the
it
world's
is.
biggest rodents.
They're
Yeah,
huge.
you have
Really?
to Google them.
Like a dog.
It's
Are they cute?
capoeira or something like that.
are they cute?
Well, they look exactly like a big guinea pig, like
Oh, that's
like
cute.
a guinea pig that's probably like 10 kilos worth, maybe. Like they're decent size.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go that
10
one.
kilos, but
Yeah.
yeah.
If you haven't seen
Yeah.
them before, there you go. They're very cute. They're very cute, but they're just like a big blob.
Yeah, I'll go that one.
Would you rather live forever with an eyelash in your eye or spinach in your teeth?
Spinach in my teeth.
Capybara. There you go. That's what it is.
That's cute.
I think capoeira is a type of martial art.
I thought that we were saying it, but I wasn't sure. I was like, she said it, so I'm going to go with
A
it.
black belt and capiara. I think I'd go the spinach.
Eyelash in
There's
your
nothing
eye.
worse than an
spinach in
eyelash
your
in the
teeth.
eye.
Because spinach in your teeth at least wouldn't frustrate you.
Yeah,
An
no.
eyelash in your eye would just...
Oh, nah, there's nothing
You'd
worse.
have to go with the spinach for
Yeah.
sure. Would you rather adopt a British accent every time you're having a serious conversation or laugh every time someone cries?
I laugh when people cry all the time, but that's not on purpose. I just don't know how to react, so I kind of get a bit.
Yeah, I'm assuming like
Awkward.
given you didn't have a choice.
Yeah,
British accent.
yeah. I think
That's a bit of fun.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, right.
It sounds lovely.
Would you rather give up social media or eat the same dinner for the rest of your life?
Give up social media.
Yeah,
Hands down.
easy.
Yeah,
Pull
definitely.
the plug.
Okay, last one. Would you rather clog the toilet during a job interview or on a first date?
Why is the boss in the toilet with you? How would they know it was you?
I don't know. Maybe it's a small office. They've only got one toilet.
And where's this first date? Is it curry night?
Oh, well, maybe I don't know. Maybe you're not at the restaurant. Like, okay, let me extend on the questions. I didn't
build
write
on
the
this.
questions. Would you rather clog the toilet at a date's house on the first date, or the toilet that's attached to your adjacent to your future boss's office?
For me, it would be the future boss's office because then they'd know that I'm the shit.
Hey, you could say that about a future partner too.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Or you're just shit.
For a minute there, I thought you were going to say, would you rather clog the toilet at a first date's house or at your boss's house? And I was like, why are you at your boss's house? It's awkward as well.
Celeste, you didn't answer the question.
Oh, no, I thought I did.
Which clog? Which one? Where are you shitting?
She sounds like he's
Boss.
doing it now.
Boss. Boss.
She's clogging on the chair right
Boss.
now.
All right, they're going the boss.
Because they have to be professional about
That means you're shitting at Deanna's house then.
it. Literally.
Deanna, get the plumber out.
There you go.
Oh, hilarious.
Tuesday takeaways. We haven't done these for a while. Celeste, do you have one?
I do. Don't home a pigeon.
Don't home.
Leave the pigeons alone.
Don't leave the pigeons in their home. Don't make them fly to yours.
Thank you. That's profound.
That's my Tuesday takeaway.
She thought about that long and hard. Aaron, what's your Tuesday takeaway?
My Tuesday takeaway were 4 wisdom teeth that I had out. They were taken away.
Oh,
You've got no wisdom left. His wisdom was taken.
My wisdom has been taken. I never had any to begin with anyway. Deanna?
My Tuesday takeaway is do your research on homing pigeons before you start the show.
And what is it?
And capillaries. Capillary.
Capillara? Capillaras.
If you're going to talk about animal species that you know nothing about, research them before the
Is
show.
a capillary the giant bird? Oh, that's a cassowary.
This is getting worse. Look, guys. A cassowary, a capybara, and a homing pigeon. We've learned 3 new animals. We've learned 3 new animal names during the show. So welcome to National Geographic version of 2 Brunettes and a Gay. And with that said, if you liked the show, head to the podcast, available on all your major podcasting platforms. And of course, if you want to listen live, 87.6 FM, 5 p.m. every Tuesday. We're here live on Radio Italia Uno in Adelaide, and you can download the app, available on all the app stores if you want to listen to us live as well. And of course, make sure you head to socials, give us a like or a follow, because we're just as funny there as we are here.
And educate us
and
on wildlife.
You want educate us on wildlife or anything else that you think we need to know.
Cassowaries, casseroles, doesn't matter.
Let Aaron know if you want a hotbed at his house.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He's open for application right now.
Yeah, they're open. Have a fabulous week, and we'll see you
Next Tuesday.
Ciao, Adelaide. It's your favourite trio, 2 Brunettes and a Gay, here to remind you to join us every Tuesday at 5 p.m. for your drive home.
Expect the best beats, sassiest segments, and plenty of piping hot tea from the weekly rumour mill. And let's be honest, we know us Italians love a good gossip.
So tune in at 5 p.m. every Tuesday right here on your number one station, Radio Italia Uno, 87.6 FM.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.